Good day, chaps. We have another random vehicle to come into the collection here. This is made by, I believe, Yow Modellini is the brand, or Forza. I'm not sure what the company is. I have a suspicion this is unlicensed because I've never seen this brand put out another 1/64 scale set of cars. So there's also no date on the box or anything like that. So all I know is you have those 5 cars in the collection. Very random vehicles, which I like. You know, this is probably the most popular one. But anyways, let's take a look here. Got a little bag. And a little card. Oh, so a nice little illustration. 1955 Lotus 11 Club, powered by 1100cc engine, and it was produced up until 1957 maybe, but Wikipedia says 1958, where the 1958s were also known as Lotus 13s. Anyways, but the car was mainly powered by 1100cc engines because that was a racing class, and it was actually the most successful car that Lotus ever designed for racing. It actually had a 7th overall finish at the 1956 24 Hours of Le Mans, which is pretty impressive, you know, for an 1100cc powered car to finish 7th against all other vehicles, you know, bigger engines and everything like that. This possibly might be brand new. I mean, the case looks immaculate, so I think this could be new old stock. You know, the box is open because they're blind boxed, you know, the person probably wanted to know what was inside of it. Pretty decent case, not too bad. Okay, screwed down. So this car was designed by the founder of Lotus, Colin Chapman, but the body was designed by an aerodynamicist by the name of Frank Costin, who worked for de Havilland. De Havilland made airplanes, very, very successful airplanes of World War I fame, but I think they made airplanes up until the 60s. And they might even make small, light commercial aircraft for today, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so okay, it's not bad. There we go. Yeah, that one's got 4 taillights, but I'm sure there could have been many running changes. I know they had other engines and stuff shoehorned into these things as well. I had to pull this on up because look how small this car is. I mean, those are 2 grown men shoehorned into the cabin of this thing. So I will mention that this car, fully loaded, weighed only 1,000 pounds or 450 kilos. So I think that lightweight is what allowed it to be a successful race car. You know, you could just throw it around. If it starts to lose control, you could probably catch it because, you know, the car is so light. So very, very nice. Now, whether or not this is an attractive race car is a different story. What do you guys think? Personally, I think it's an ugly car, but I can actually see like a Jaguar D-Type in it. And a Jaguar D-Type, I think, is a beautiful car, but something about the proportions of this one are not really doing it for me. Alright, well, let's see here. We've got some sort of contaminant or paint bubbling going on in this green. It's just a normal green. It's not metallic. I don't know. It's kind of close to British Racing Green, but not really. I feel like it's too light in color. Of course, your monitor might show it as blue for all I know, but it is a green and yellow. This stripe here. That stripe's not bad. It's actually going underneath the windscreen, which is kind of neat. Seems a little crooked though, this side. Like, this is pretty straight, but this is not aligned at all. Pretty neat interior. I mean, you got the 3 different colors, or 4 colors. I think that's black there, the base. You know, the detail itself isn't molded very well, not by like Kyosho blister pack standards, but I have a suspicion this model was pretty inexpensive when it was brand new, so I don't expect the world out of it. Silver paint here looks okay, although it's not laid on very thick. I feel like I'm seeing some green coming through there. Like it's... what about this side? This side's definitely better. Okay, so this paint looks good. Well, better. And again, a little contaminant or maybe paint rash, I don't know. Yeah, these wire wheels are pretty lame, but seems to be the case with almost all 1/64 scale wire wheels. It's really hard to, you know, mold such thin spokes unless you do photo etch metal wheels. Nice thick plastic lights, tiny little grill with a couple grooves in there. I think that's just part of the casting. Maybe it's painted black. I have to imagine that's a fuel filler. A little silver paint there. And then, yeah, those tiny little taillights. But what's nice to see is there's actually a silver dot first and then the red on top of it. So it looks like a chrome bezel. So that's neat. Some sort of groove here, but no additional color. Maybe that's a vent on the real car. Okay, some text here. This exhaust is funny. It just comes out of nowhere. Like, they didn't even bother to round that off, like make it go into the base. And then there is actually a tip there. But, well, the real car is just raw steel, so I guess black is okay. Alright, so yeah, it's very confusing, you know. The car makes sense. It's a Lotus 11 Club 164. What I don't know is what company made it, or is it Forza? Is it SPA? Is it JTB Motivations? Or is it Modellini? It's like 3 different companies going on here. I feel like Modellini would be the brand, and then one of these is the parent company, and then the other one, I don't know. There's a copyright here. Maybe these guys designed the model itself, and this is the brand of the model, and then this is the company that owns this brand. I don't know. Leave a comment if you know. The tires are rubbery. They're just flat, though. Yeah. Alright. Doesn't really want to roll. There's a lot of friction. I wouldn't doubt that the rubber tires are actually scraping the bottom of the casting. Alright. Pretty simple model. Quick review. Let's compare it to a couple other things here. As the silver spinner gets light and charges up. So I have 2 Lotus cars, a Loti. The first one is a Lotus 7. And this is by Kyosho. So, an even smaller car. Even more of a death trap. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to show is also by Kyosho. It's called a Lotus Europa. I think it's the Europa Special. And that's a great model. Maybe not a great car because it looks a little weird. It looks like a weird frog. In fact, all 3 of these look like frogs. Maybe Colin Chapman loved frogs. But the model of this Europa, you can see the gold pinstriping. It's everywhere and is really well done. I like that model just because of the gold pinstriping. It's similar to like the John Player Special livery, but in green. Alright. So, Kyosho, as usual, pretty good brand, great models. And I'm okay with this one. I don't think this is up to the same level as Kyosho, but I don't think there's anyone else making a better model of the Lotus 11. I wouldn't doubt that maybe Hot Wheels or, you know, Matchbox made this, or maybe Corgi, but I don't think they would have plastic headlights. So that's why I like this one. Okay, well, I guess I'll see you guys the next time I do another Lotus review. Thanks.